All right, welcome to another episode of CAS Minute, where we're launching a 5-part series on how to build an effective go-to-market strategy for your CAS firm. In these 5 parts, we'll walk through identifying the right audience, creating a value proposition and brand or firm messaging, deciding on your sales and pricing strategy, understanding and building a marketing distribution strategy, and then understanding the right metrics to track. So today, we're going to dive into defining your target audience. If you're a niched practice, this may be a little bit easier for you. Maybe you focus on a specific industry, maybe you focus on a specific vertical of services, or perhaps a geography. So the purpose of defining your target audience is really understanding who your buyer is, and then following that, building a marketing plan and campaign in order to target them. So as we build out a buyer persona, we want to understand 4 key elements of this buyer. So first, we want to understand, what are the company details? Is this a large company? Is it a small company? Is there an employee threshold or perhaps revenue threshold that you work within? Is there a geographical limitation as to where they are, or perhaps a specific software that they use? Or maybe it's a stage of business that they're at. So we could say, hey, this is Franchise Freddy. Franchise Freddy has 6 franchises. They operate with 1 to 3 million in revenue apiece, and they operate in a specific geographical area. That could be an interesting company profile if you're niched in franchises, to start with company details like that. We then want to understand, what pains and challenges does Franchise Freddy face? So maybe Franchise Freddy has trouble paying his employees. Maybe he needs to understand how to better use a point of sale system. Maybe he doesn't have enough data in order to send back to the franchisor. There's a number of pains and challenges that need to be identified here, so that you have a clear understanding of what type of problems do you solve and how can you communicate that further in the go-to-market and sales process. Next, we need to focus on who else in the team is a key stakeholder in the services that you provide. Maybe there's a revenue leader, perhaps it's an operations manager. Maybe there are other folks within the organization that will play a part in your services. Alongside of that, there are these other individuals that will have opinions on the types of services that they should be getting from you. They will have different goals, different ideas as to how they can maximize the relationship with you, and you need to understand how to best communicate to Franchise Freddy how his marketing team or his operational team or manufacturing team will glean insights and advisory from how you work with them. You may have an opportunity to speak directly with them, and so your ability to communicate not only to Franchise Freddy, but to the rest of the team will be imperative in your sales process. The last thing is trying to understand, what are the benefits of working with a firm like yours? Maybe it's an experience that you can offer. Maybe it's deep software expertise. Perhaps it's a level of reporting that you have specificity in to solve Franchise Freddy's problems. When you're able to combine these company details, the pains and challenges, the various stakeholders in the business, and then the benefits of what you offer in this user or buyer persona, you now have a really good framework on how to move forward in your value proposition and your brand messaging, because you've articulated the type of individual, the type of company that will see the highest and best benefit from working with a service provider like you. So in this first step of building a go-to-market strategy, we need to identify the right audience. It's okay if you have several of these. If you're a heavily niched firm, I would recommend having one specific core audience buyer persona that you're focused on. But if you serve multiple industries or multiple types of businesses, it's okay to build out 2 or 3 different buyer personas and then build out strategies to accompany those. So that's the first of 5 elements of building an effective go-to-market strategy. And next, we'll talk about creating a value proposition and firm messaging. Till next time.